Okay, let's give you guys some practice. So in the previous video, I showed you the function f of x equals the absolute value of x. Okay, now it's your turn to have a go. Draw the graph of this function here. So you've got a choice. You can either create a table. You can either create a table like this and start putting some values like 2 into the x here. So 2 plus, well, so when x equals 2, 2 plus 3 is 5. So you finding out the absolute value of 5 is 5. And then, or you can put -4 into here. -4, -4 plus 3, that will be -1. So it's like you finding out the absolute value of -1, which is 1, and so on. Well, you've got a choice. Either fill in this whole table and then plot the graph, or you can start off by visualizing this. F of x equals the absolute value of x, and then use transformation to get to this, because this thing here is going to be a graph like this. Okay, and then here to get, well, here you are actually you're actually shifting it. Well, it's up to you how you want to do it. The question is, draw a graph of this function here. Okay, so your graph will look something like this. Well, what would the graph look like? Okay, so press pause and have a go. Okay, let's fill in this table for the time being. So when x equals 0, you put it 0 into here. So it'd be 0 plus 3 here. So this whole thing here is 3. So it's like you finding out the absolute value of 3, which is 3. Okay, so you put 1 into here now. 1 plus 3 is 4. So it's like you finding out the absolute value of 4, which is 4. And then if you put 2 into here, 2 plus 3 will be 5. So it's you finding out the absolute value of 5, which is 5. Now if you put -1 into here, -1 plus 3 will be it would be 2. Okay, so you finding out the absolute value of 2 is 2. Now if you put -2 into this x here, it will be -2 plus this 3 here will be 1. So it's you finding out the absolute value of 1, which is 1. Now put -3 into here. -3 plus 3, that's 0. So what's the absolute value of 0? Which is 0. Now put -4 into this thing here. -4 plus 3, that's -1. So the absolute value of -1 is 1. Okay. -5, put it into the x here. -5 plus 3, that would be -2. What's the absolute value of -2? It's 2. So now plot this graph here. It would be this. When x equals 0, the absolute of x plus 3 will be 3. So when x is 0, this thing here will be 3. So when x is 0 here, it will be 3 right here. When x is 1, it will be 4. When x is 1 here, it will be 4 up here. When x is -1, here, it will be 2. So it will be here. When x is -2, it will be 1. So when x is -2, it will be 1 here. When x is -3, it would be 0. So it would be here. And when x is -4, it will be 1. So when x is -4, it will be 1. So here you can see our graph will look like this, and so on. So this here is f of x here equals the absolute of x x plus 3. Okay, so this is the answer here. Another way of doing it is well, you're trying to draw this function here, f of x equals absolute of x minus 3. Well, I would start off with let's say a function g of x equals absolute of x. So that will be this here. It will look like this. Okay, and now if you look at this here, it's really you transforming it, you shifting everything across by 3. So oh sorry, hang on. We are trying to draw f of x plus 3. Sorry, because it's a plus here, not negative. So so you trying to draw, well, here, start by visualizing this graph here, which will look like this. Okay, and then it's now you transforming it. So it's you doing this. G of x plus 3. So that's really getting the old, well, it's from our transformation here, this thing here, you shift everything across by 3. So this one here, 1, 2, 3 will be here. This point here would be 1, 2, 3, it will be here. This point here, 1, 2, 3, it will be here. And this point here is 1, 2, 3, it will be here. So it's you, well, from your knowledge of transformation, you should start with this here, and then shift everything across. It's much easier than filling in this whole table here. Use your knowledge of transformation. Okay.